everything starts in the mind, as you know. I mean, you know the basic principles of Skinny Life, and because everything starts in our mind. It's our belief patterns, our image of ourselves, what we're capable of, you know, our success rate. Everything depends on all those beliefs that we're holding in our minds. And so if we're holding faulty beliefs, we're just going to keep self-sabotaging without knowing why. So we're addressing all those beliefs, and then those beliefs also translate into our habits, you know. And the beliefs about ourselves, the image we hold of ourselves, are we willing to love ourselves enough? Are we willing to honor ourselves enough, right? And so just having those constant reminders, because most of us spent most of our lives beating ourselves up or not being good enough, and those patterns get so entrenched because, you know, to protect itself, our mind defaults to negativity. When you go through these programs, I think it's going to help you with all parts of your life. I'm absolutely certain of it. Because weight issues are just one part, just one symptom of what's going on inside us. It's just a symptom, okay? It's just one manifestation of us, first of all, not knowing ourselves, not loving ourselves, and not being willing to accept a higher image of ourselves, or accept that we actually deserve to be great. We deserve to look great. We deserve to feel great. And we deserve to do whatever it takes to make that happen. We're worth it, basically. You know, this is what we have right here to express our entire life through this body, right? And so it deserves a lot, you know. It puts up with a lot. It's designed as a 6-week intensive coaching hypnosis program. So there are 6 segments. Each part has 2 components. It'll have the hypnosis, which you have to listen to in a closed-eye state. Even if you have to do it in the office, or if you get a half-hour break, you don't have to be lying down. You know, you can just close your eyes. The coaching you can download anywhere and listen to it on the road all the time, wherever you are, running, walking, you know, hiking. So the sequence goes understanding yourself, releasing the old identity, creating the new identity, and then the next 3 are the 3 components of Skinny, the new me mind, the new me in eating, and the new me in movement. So it supports all those 3 aspects that are the new you, right? And just reframing the way you think about eating, just reminding yourself all the time. Movement is really about looking at what your body was made to do. If you look at every part of your body physiologically, it's made for movement. Every organ and every system was made for movement, right? Your circulatory system, your respiratory system, your muscular system, your musculoskeletal system. It's all made to move. Your joints, everything's right. So part of the problem is we just don't move enough because of this life we all live. So we have to become more consciously aware of that and find creative ways to move. And just the awareness helps us, you know. So throughout our day, we just start honoring that need to move. It's like if you have a body of water, a pond, and it just sits and it just starts to stagnate and gets putrid and toxic. And the same thing happens with our bodies. How can we digest properly? Most people are so constipated because they don't have proper movement. They don't have proper movement with, you know, just exercising, moving their bodies, getting the organs to move, stretching and compressing. Like even when you compress, do like yoga stretching thing, it starts getting your organs moving, right? And then we get back up. Our lymphatic system, if we're not moving, like doing some kind of bouncing or running, that's why I love bouncing on my rebounder, and I have a bunch of little videos that I'm going to be sending out as part of the program, just me doing like no makeup, just showing people, look, grab a few minutes and go do this. Take 10 minutes, do this, you're worth it, and it's fun. It's all about making movement fun. You were made to move. Let's go back to what we were made for and make it fun, make it enjoyable, make it, you know, just about honoring who we are. Not about like getting a trainer, beating ourselves up in the gym, you know, I hate this so much. It shouldn't be that. Like everything should be fun. And sometimes, you know, you're feeling kind of tired. Everyone has to drag themselves into the room. But once you get going, it should be like fun to move. And you start to look forward to it. And there are so many ways to move. We go through all the deep work first of accepting yourself and reversing those old identities and really being willing to say yes to yourself and be willing to say, you know what, there's so much more to me. And I can do this, I can be this, I can have all of this. The specific eating and movement will support the actual habits of doing all those things and just getting you to look at your life in a different way. You know, look at food in a different way. So it's like, here, you know, this is my body, this is my, I respect this body that I have. I'm going to do the best for it. And knowing that would I ever put anything into my mouth, that I don't know what it's going to do. You know, most people are just mindlessly shoving really disgusting things in their mouth and never knowing what the outcome is, never knowing how they're really harming. Most people are doing more harm than good in what they're eating, right? So this is really about every time you sit down, it's just becoming consciously aware, like, this is me. I'm about to put this in my precious body. It's got to enhance my health. Is everything I'm about to put in my body enhancing my health? That's it, right? And then knowing, having awareness of, you know, I need a certain balance of good fats. I need this balance of complex carbs, you know, whole grains, sprouted grains are even better. There's always, you know, you always want to go for that better choice because your body needs that. If you eat any of the beans, legumes, lentils, black beans, pinto beans, all of those things give you lasting, sustained energy as opposed to eating some fried chip that really has, it's a short-term carb that gets burned up very quickly and causes your glycemic levels to raise, or something like a bagel or a donut. I mean, your glycemic levels just go off the chart, and it doesn't give you sustained energy. What you're looking for are the foods that will give you lasting, sustained energy. The proteins, the really complex carbs, the vegetables that have tons of fiber and vitamins, so you feel filled. You don't feel hungry. Most people feel hungry because they're starved nutritionally. So if you're always saying, is this the highest packed with nutrition for me? Because I want, you know, I've got to put the best into me. It becomes so natural and effortless that the weight just starts to fall off. And you know, it's like, this is just how I live. It's just what I know. It's just what I do. You know, and I'm happy. I'm happy doing it, you know. It's not a diet. It's not a plan. It's just my life. It's like living the skinny life. I'm really hoping that you commit to yourself, because it's just really committing to yourself. It's nobody else, you know. And imagine what a difference, like if you really, really decide to do this, how different things could be, how different you're going to feel. It's so worth that promise and that practice to yourself, that dedication, and just helping you become so consciously aware of what you're doing, how you're looking at yourself, how you're honoring yourself, because I promise you that will translate into every other part of your life, you know, career, relationships, everything else. There's no way it can't, because it's a holistic approach to this issue or this symptom of, you know, weight that we take on, right? I started with the 3 things that I think are just the most important, because we are so busy. All of us get busy. I think we need this option for at least once a day to have. I did an amazing meal replacement supplement. I worked really hard to get the right formulation. This, it has such a great blend of protein and nutrition, but the proteins that we use, they're scientifically studied and proven to have 3 times higher the level of absorption into your system. Because part of the problem is some of the protein powders that people drink, you know, they don't really get absorbed. It doesn't matter what you eat, it matters what you're absorbing, right? What your body is actually utilizing and how much value you're getting out of it. So this is, and I love that it has the scientific data behind it in the ingredients that we used. It's a terrific product. So I'm recommending that you use that one for breakfast. You know, you mix it with water, shake it up. You could even put a little bit of soy milk in it or something, or, you know, what if you want to. I'd say in the beginning, if you're wanting to, you know, cut some pounds, do it with the water, because it's very, very satisfying. And then you could do even a piece of whole grain sprouted toast with that. And that should be a terrific breakfast. I'm also asking you to eat a little bit of protein with each meal. a little bit of a complex carbohydrate. And sometimes it gets kind of weird, but when you start to tune into it, you can find those packaged lentils and things that are really, really easy to eat. Lentils, red beans, black beans, all kinds of beans. You can find those bean dips. They're absolutely fat-free and delicious. Trader Joe's has some really great ones. It's called Skinny on the Go. So, isn't it? Because, it's like you need that thing, at least for one meal a day, to be able to have that. And if you have to use it for your dinner, you can use it for that too. Which is using that for one of your meals. I think it's nice to start with breakfast, only because we'll go through that later, but I want to make sure you're getting protein at breakfast, because when you eat earlier in the day, you're less likely to be starving at night. That's what most people do. They skip breakfast and then eat, a big lunch or a big dinner, and by then they're just like, oh, I can't get enough. But if you've fed your body during the day, your metabolism will slow down at night naturally, and you won't feel hungry. The next product is the Skinny Burn. So it's a metabolic booster. You take 1-2 times a day. We need to look. It's on the label. I need to make sure that's right. And it has some amazing ingredients that just help your system naturally. It's got the green tea extract, something called Ervingia and Cissus. We've researched some really great herbs that help, basically manage blood sugar, multiple things that help your body stay in a better metabolic state. So you're burning, your metabolic fires are really, really working. And there's been studies done on all of these herbs, all of the ingredients that are in it. Studies have been done that scientifically show and support what they're doing. The third thing is the Skinny Cleanse, and it's actually a 2-pack thing. There's the herb and the fiber, because you need both. It helps keep the bowel and the colon clean so that you can detox, clean out, and stay, healthy that way. Most people are so backed up that it really impedes your metabolism. So I hope you're not uncomfortable talking about that. I'm not at all. Mark and I talk about it all the time. Yeah, you need to go to the bathroom. We eat food, and most people, we just don't get we're not getting the natural fibers and the herbs we used to get from eating like roots and leaves and things that, used to work. I mean, we really have such a refined diet that it's not a healthy diet. So with all the white starch, white flour, and those are the things that we're going to eliminate completely. Anything with white, if any of the ingredients have white flour, white sugar, white rice, any of those whites that are not whole grain, a whole food, you don't want to put them inside of you, because your glycemic levels just shoot up. And the body wasn't made for that. Back in the day, things weren't refined, so we ate food in whole quantities, even, and then we'd eat some strawberries, or come across some strawberries and eat a few of those, and then the pancreas would work a little bit, because there is some sugar in natural strawberries, but there is all the fiber and everything too. But the way most people live and eat, the pancreas is working all the time. You're seeing all kinds. Well, diabetes is at a, just all-time off-the-charts level, and it shouldn't be. It's really in young people. It's epidemic. Yeah, it's very scary. Because to start their health it's off like that so young in their life, to have those kinds of serious problems, something is seriously wrong with the way we're eating. The pancreas wasn't meant to be overused like that, and it actually just starts to destroy pancreatic cells, which is when they go into type 1 diabetes. It starts out type 2 and then type 1. So this is really such a great way to support health at every level. That's why I did these 3 things. I haven't done a multivitamin yet, even though I really encourage you to take a multivitamin to make sure you're getting the full spectrum. I like the ones that are have the natural enzymes, because you want to make sure you're absorbing what you're putting in. So there's a whole food one. I don't remember the name of it, but they have it at Mother's. It's quite reasonably priced. Just look for something like that. But I just wanted to have these products because you can already get a multivitamin. These are the key ones. They'll really support you in this healthy, fit body that we're looking for. So Josh will have those out here in a minute, and I'll show you, and we'll get to take a look at those.